Welcome everybody back to Home Harbor. This is Roma. So today's video is about the yards. We are in the end of the journey. So what is left? It's yards and sails. As you can see, as I told you previously, I already started to do the rigging of the yards. I did 3 yards in the mizzen mast. I told you why I did this because I want to do first by myself, like an experiment. Then I can explain you and show you better how to do it in the 2 front masts. So guys, what I have decided, we're going to do with you 1 yard. I will explain you later when we get to this part, and then it's going to be 1 more video. It will take me some time to make it because it's going to be a little bit long video. We will do 1 full mast. Also, what I decided that on the lower parts of the masts the sails are going to be closed because I want to the deck part be open so we can see all of the details that we did. This is just my option. You can follow the way how I do it, or you can just leave them open like they're going to be on the top part. So right now let's start making the yard. So guys, about the yards, my decision is very simple. We have 3 different yards. The pieces that requires to make the yards are almost the same at all of them, right? But for example, the middle one have all the pieces that have another yards. So to show you exactly how to do all of them, I just need to do one with you. We're going to do this middle one, and this is basically gives you the knowledge how to do all of them. The middle one have the rope that the sailors want on the top of it to push the sail, have all of the blocks, have those wooden pieces. It has everything. But I will explain you one thing about the lower yard and the top yard. Lower part have 1 eye bolt, and if you can see right here in the rigging part, we have 2 single blocks on the yard and 2 single blocks below the platform. How I'm going to do it, I'm not going to put this chain. Here we have the eye bolt, and the chain goes to the eye bolt at the mast. I'm not going to do this chain. I'm going to do just rigging of the blocks. This is enough for me. I don't want this chain. This is just my choice. If you don't like, you don't need to follow me. As well as we speak about the top part. The top part requires the hole in the mast, and then we have here, there is no block, but I will put 1 single block right here, and as I told you, I will put 1 single block right here where is the hole, a little bit higher than the hole, and I will do the same type of rigging, and the rope will go at the same position as it is in the instructions, guys. This is it basically. Now guys, first thing first, always check you have numbers, and then in the bottom right here you have the measurement. This is the 5 mil wood. How I'm doing this, a lot of you, as we speak about the masts, just wrap it up in some paper or something like that and just then send it down. I do a little bit different. So we have the length. I put here mark and I put here mark, right? So this is the length that we need for our yard, but I leave this piece and this piece to put it in the screwdriver. This is the way how I'm working, guys. it doesn't mean that you need to do the same. I always telling you to find your own way that is more comfortable for you, but I'm going to do this way. So what does it mean? I need just a little bit more of wood. Now I can cut this part right here. Good. Now I know where my yard is finishing, right? And those pieces I will use to put in the screwdriver. Now I just mark here piece like this. Good. What I'm going to do now we don't need this part right here because we know this is the center. You can just mark the center as well. How I'm doing it, I'm not going from the center and send it down to the end. I go a little bit more, for example, like this. So it's going to be less sanding because I will not sand this part right here in the middle. I just start sanding from here to the end. Now we have our measurements, we have the middle part. What I'm doing next, to make it more comfortable for me, the way I'm doing it, I give here in the end of the yard a small cut, not in the end of the whole wood, in the end of the yard. Then I just cut a little bit of the wood from it. Don't need much, just a little bit. Don't overdo it because this is the soft wood. Like this, guys. And I do the same from the other side. Like this. Why I'm doing this? Because when I'm going to sand it down, I'm going to use two types of sanding paper. This is 80, this is 240. I'm going to put right here sanding paper. So when I'm going to sand it down, I have the limit where it ends, right? Also, it gives me, because I'm not going, if I put the piece like this, piece of wood like this, I'm not going to sand it here, sand it down from here, because this is going to be a weak point. More slimmer it becomes, the weaker this point is. If you're going to do the sanding from here, you can just snap it. So I will start sanding from here, like this. And so now you can see we already have the slimmer part, and I'm going to do the same from the opposite side. This part right here, I already can, well, I will mark right here. Here I have the point where I'm going to start sanding and make it slimmer to the end. Don't overdo it, guys, right? So this is simple. You just start it from here and let's sand it a little bit down. Obviously it's not going to be that slim in this point because right here we have this part that is slimmer than the rest of the yard. But I will continue to sand it down. I showed you how to do it. Then I will come back to you. I will sand it down. This is simple. I showed you the way how I'm doing this. Be careful with this part right here, the weak spot. That's it. Just middle part I'm not touching. I'm going to sand it down. Then with the 240 I'm going to finish it so it will be smooth. So guys, I do this part, then I come back to you. So guys, this part is done. I finish it with 240 is smooth, nice. Now what I will do, I will cut the axis because we don't need it anymore. Great. Now let's mark where we need to make the ending of the yards. Good. Now let's do again. Don't overdo it. Just a slim cut, not very deep. As usual, you can always add more. Done. Now let's just cut slightly. Don't make it too slim. I hope you can see how I'm doing it. With the moves like this, I'm just cutting with the round moves. I'm just cutting this axis. Like this, guys. Try to look and see if it's even, that you don't cut a little bit more from one side. It's pretty easy. And now with the round moves, I take 240, it's not a problem. I'm starting to sand it down. Don't make a lot of pressure, don't break it, because this part is slimmer. You also can damage it, you can just break it, you can just snap it. And we'll just take your time. You did some time, you look a little bit more. Then again, good. You can just sand it down a little bit in the end. If you're going to just not weather it, if you're going to just put the stain, you just sand it down, you finish it, and it's done. Very simple. Now I'm going to do this side, and then we're going to paint it. I will show you how I'm going to paint it for my Essex. As again, guys, this part is done, nice and smooth. Now what I need: tape, paint, stain, and I'm going to do that old look weathering as I did all over the ship. For those who are asking me a lot of times, send me a message how I do the old effect. Well, I almost show in all the videos where I use the paint how I'm doing it, but okay, let's do it one more time, guys. I'll put not in the center. We have here blocks. It's double blocks. So I just give a little bit more than those double blocks, like this. I mark like this, so this space will be white. This is just my choice. I just wanted to do like this. I'm not saying you should paint it the same way. Just be creative. I always telling you, be creative. If you don't want to do it like this, do the other side. Do this part black, those one white, or do everything black, or just stain it. The sky is the limit. Really? Yeah, nailed it. Now let's paint. Done? Done. I'll clean this and we'll paint it black. Now let's give some black paint. Guys, if you do the weathering, the old weathering, aged weathering, don't be afraid to go to on the limits of the line, because you're going to sand it down. You will not see that difference. If you're going to do the weathering, you don't need to make the perfect painting work. Why? Because we're going to sand it down. If you go with the new model, that new effect, that model goes from the dockyard, well, yeah, you need to do it nice, all the lines, everything. You need to be more careful. I don't. My ships are old and they will remain old. Almost all of the models. The next project will be a little bit different. Done. Simple as it is. Now 240 that we use for sanding, and let's start sanding. You can see right here, doesn't look pretty, right? It's going to be in a few minutes. You're starting to sand. I'm starting to sand in the middle when I have this line right here. I'm kind of a blended together. I do more in the endings, more right here. And I'm not changing the paper when I'm sanding black and white. Now you can see it's starting to blend together. Now the other part. Making the old effect, I think it's so interesting. Well, for me, I like it. I'm not saying that everyone must to think the same way as I do, or like the same things, but I do. I like to do the aging of the ship because it looks more realistic. Now, in the middle, I can give this clean one. Don't overdo this. You don't see right now the big difference in the white color, but trust me, when we're going to give the stain, it will pop up. The colors will pop out and you will see how it looks. So guys, like this. Right? Random. Don't try to make it even. It will not look realistic. Now, you see how much is left? I hope it will be enough to the rest of the build. Now let's just apply it. And now you're starting to see the magic of the stain and what it do with our sanding and how it put everything together. And then you have the old yard. Also, it's starting to dilute a little bit black paint, so it gives more dark color right here. So this white color doesn't look that white. Now it's darker because it's fresh, right? But we will give few minutes. I will go to make a dinner right now, because apparently I cannot eat every time the same thing. I cannot eat fast food all the time. So yeah, I'm kind of punished, so I need to do the dinner. So I will do the dinner and we will leave this to dry, and then I will come back to you and we will do the rest of it. Guys, this is the example of the aging, how I'm doing it. All over the deck, I don't know, pieces of the deck, the handrails, everything. This is my way of doing it. I think it's work. I don't think it's work for me. It's pretty cool. So guys, I will leave this to dry. I will eat, then I will come back to you. And so guys, it is dry. Let's continue. How I'm going to start this? We have here empty 55 pieces. It's 2 by 2 pieces of wood. We need to cut them by 4 millimeters. Here they are. Now they go with a little bit of angle, right? So I hope it will focus. If not, I will show you a closer look. Don't afraid to do this cut, just a little bit, slightly. Just take one cut like this. And now just slightly sand it down. So now it has that form that we need. We're going to sand it down a little bit more when you're going to paint it. Now the same procedure. Now I'm not going to film it because there is no need at all. Black paint, sand it down. Now you see how does it look. The same thing I'm going to do with those pieces. I'm going to paint it black, sand it down, and then we are going to glue them right here. This is going to be our first step. So I will prepare these pieces. I showed you how to cut them. It's very easy. I will prepare those pieces and we will place them. First thing first, we will place them on the yard. So guys, let's continue. I prepared those two pieces. I prepare one single block. You remember how to do it. I showed you several times. You give a knock around the block. You give a little bit of glue. You twist it. You give one more knock at the end, right? So this is done. Now, let's glue first those pieces that I told you. I use always, it's much easier, I use a toothpick to put the glue on the piece. It's much easier, you will not make a mess, and as again, I'm a big fan of the gel glue. It's much easier to work with. Because you will have time to manipulate with your pieces, right? It's very comfortable. Guys, I do understand that those last video take a lot of time, but you must understand that the rigging is well, it's hard work, especially for those who do not have steady hands, and I need time because I really appreciate your last comments about the rigging, and I want to do the same good quality video so it will help people with the rigging. Great. Now what we're going to do, if we put it this way, we have like the front and the back, right? So if we put those pieces in the top, we need to put block on the side, right? Or if you're going to put those pieces at the sides, the block goes on the top, right? So let's glue the block. This again, just a little bit of glue to secure the block, that knock. Like this, guys. Now just wait a few seconds until it grabs. Now, as I told you, I'm not a fan of knocks, so I just cut one piece. I give a little bit of glue. This is the small scale, guys. Do the knocks or something like that, I think just destroying the picture of the detail. It's just my opinion. Guys, I think like this it's pretty clean job, right? So check it if it's right. So we have like this, right? It's right. Now we put in this side, also right. Good. Now our next step is going to be the rope that goes around the mast, and then something different, because we have eyeballs and then the rope that goes through them. I have one like kind of a solution that I made for myself. I want to share it with you. Maybe you will like the idea. So guys, I will prepare the next part and we will continue. Let's glue the rope that go around the mast. You remember how I did this, because this is exactly the same type of, it's not a knock, type of tiding the rope like I did with the stays when it was doing the stays and the top of the stay. This is the same way. So let's just do it. What you need to pay attention is the position of the ropes, position of the blocks. That's why you have it into different looks on your plant. So I will work from here. So we have those wooden pieces front, the block in the top, so the rope goes behind. I did too much pressure and I break that small piece. It's not a problem, I'm going to glue it again. Like this, guys, you see? Like we did with stays. Now I give here the glue and this piece will be done. Then I will glue again the small part, wooden one. Good, clean. Now let's just glue again this piece. Good, guys, so again this part is done. We have rope that will go around the mast, we have our block. Now we're going to have two double blocks that goes right here. It's easier, when you imagine, now imagine you have here mast, then you put the block, then you put the yard, and it's much easier. Imagine like the rope go around the mast, then this block will go to the top, so we will rig it and it goes to the position. The end of the ropes go to the position. Those pieces must be in the front, right? So now the double blocks go beneath, then we have more two single blocks right here, single blocks, they will go here and here, they will continue to the top, and then we have those that goes behind. It's easier when you starting to not just follow the instruction, when you're starting to imagine it on the ship, the purpose of the blocks. So guys, we did this one. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to drill the holes where we're going to put our eyeballs. This is 0.8 mil drill. Now guys, I'm going to glue right now. You don't need to cut them, the eyeballs. I just take one, put a little bit of the glue, and inside. Voila! This part also is done. Now guys, I will prepare this rope and those two blocks. Let's prepare two double blocks and two single blocks in the same way as we prepare this one. I will prepare those blocks, I will prepare the rope, and I will come back to you and will reveal you how I'm doing this rope, because in the way how I'm doing it, well, I think it's pretty cool. So just a few minutes, I will prepare the stuff and I will come back to you. So guys, I prepare everything, prepare all the ropes. Now what we're going to do, before we do all those things, don't forget about the holes in the end of the yard. So if we put our yard, if we put our yard like this guys, so the holes must be right here in the same line as the single block, right? So here in the corner we must do 1 millimeter holes. So let's do them. So guys, the holes are done. What I'm about to do right now, I'm going to, well, it's not, if we're going to speak about technical maritime terms, this is not, I think, correct way to do it, but in this scale, I think, well, it's just my opinion, the way I'm going to tie this rope is just going to be cleaner, because I don't want a lot of ropes around the mast. I want to see that whether it would, so, well, this is my way. If you don't like it, you don't need to do it. So I need to make the holes. Right here I have already one. I need to make the holes. I do 0.8 mil holes. So first I will do the holes, then I will explain to you. Here's one, right? Now here's the other one. I will push the rope inside this hole, and then just on the top of it, and now here in the end as well, holes, 2 holes. And then in the top I will just put these blocks with the rope, so it will cover the entrance of the rope the same way as here. I will show you, and then you will just make your choice I just give you ideas, guys. Everything else is dependent on you. What you want to do, how you want to do. I am just showing to you what I'm doing. But I'm telling you, this is not the right way. Right? Always when you, this is the hole. Now I'm going to put it inside. Like this, guys. The rope is inside the hole. I don't need to go around the yard. And now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push it inside this hole right here, so it will like cross it, just like we have in our instructions. It's going to cross one another. So I'm going to put it, because you saw it take time to put it inside the hole. I'm going to put it inside the hole and I will come back to you and show you the result. So guys, I finished it and I think some of you will agree with me. It looks pretty clean. And those holes right now we are just going to cover with the blocks. So let's start. 2 blocks, double blocks go down right here, and 2 single blocks up right here. So let's just start. One block is attached, you can see it's just covered that hole and it's very clean. So guys, now I will show you the single block. It's going to be, again, imagine your yard is like this around the mast. So single blocks must go from the end and go closer, from the end and go to the top. So let's glue the single block and then the rest I will finish by myself. Guys, it's just my, again, my way of doing it. If you are not agree with that, well, just follow the instructions. Like this, guys, in the same line with the single block that goes to attached to the mast. Like this, guys. As again, I think without knocks it does look pretty clean, all of it. So I'm going to do those 2 blocks and I will then sorry, I will come back to you and we will finish our yard with those 2 single blocks, guys. So guys, I already prepared our last blocks. You all know how I'm doing it. I show it multiple times. Now our yard, single block that goes to the top. So these ropes go back, right? I'm going to say to you honestly, I'm going to just eyeball them. I'm not going to centimeter by centimeter, millimeter by millimeter, because honestly, if you miss in this position, if you miss 1 millimeter, well, it's not going to make you a huge difference. So the yard is like this, go around the mast, so this block goes back, right guys? The same way how I did all of the stays, the same way, and it goes back. So I'm going to do the second one. I will come back to you. I have some little more stuff to say about the yards, and we will finish this video, and then you will go making your own yards, and I'm going to prepare the almost the last video, the last tutorial video of our Essex. So guys, undo this part and I'm coming back to you. So guys, it is done. I am pretty happy with the result. I think it's very clean. The part of the blocks is clean. I do think you appreciate this idea with the rope to put it inside the holes. And basically guys, this is it. This is all you need to know about the yard, how to do it the way I'm doing it. But a couple of things, don't forget. I will take just something to show you. Don't forget guys, I don't use the chain, so I will not put here eyeball, right? This is, we speak about the lower mast. About the top lower yard, about the top yards, as again right here when we have the hole, I'm going to put the single block. So when you're going to do your last yard, this top yard, if you're going to follow my lead, in the middle we should put a single blocks. So this lower yard, this eye bolt, do not exist. If you're following me, you're not putting it. There will be no chain. We're going to attach the yard with single blocks. What I can say to you when you're going to build it, pay attention to the blocks, the position of the blocks. Not only position of the blocks, I mean about these ones, those blocks, because in the mizzenmast it goes in another way. You just need to check it, double check it, don't rush. Always check the blocks, where are single blocks, where are double blocks. I give it to you my idea with this rope, because I don't want to put here a lot of ropes guys, because this is, well, no, I don't like it. It's just too much in this scale, too much of ropes. And that's it, basically this is it guys. This yard is already done, it's ready to be installed, and now I'm going to prepare. I will just need some time, probably a week or more, to prepare you the last video of the rigging. I'm going to put the sails, and well, basically it's going to be it. What is left is going to be the lifeboat. Simple thing to do. You remember I'm going to use the other type of support. It's going to be support like this from HMS Beagle, I told you. So guys, I really appreciate that you're following me. I think it looks pretty awesome. Guys, be different, do your own experiments about the weathering, try something new, and well, I really appreciate your attention, that you're following me. Please subscribe my channel, and I see you next time guys. You're all awesome. Thank you.